So what are you feeling and thinking and doing?
So yeah, the stretch is feeling quite good. The rhythm's fairly good as well. I like he's keeping in a nice rhythm. Stretch is becoming more consistent there. You know, just trying to be mindful of just making sure I loosen my hand even a bit more when he gets down there. So to try and encourage that nose out. I don't want him to feel like all that he has to duck behind it.
Yep.
Which, you know, sometimes he will, but trying to make sure that my hand doesn't indicate that that's what I want. So, boy, I'm going to do a bit of canter work. Now, I'm going to start with a canter, but no stretch canter.
Yep.
He's had a good, you know, he's warmed up. I just want to do a little bit of transitions.
He's also just got his teeth done. He got the farrier and he got adjusted. So he's.
Who do you use as a body worker?
Well, actually, the farrier actually has done 2 years of chiropractor. So he does it. He just really it's only from the shoulder up.
Yeah.
But he put the pole in and C1 and C4 he adjusted.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna be on a circle for a bit and do play with the transitions. Forward. Take my hand out of it.
Yeah, I love when you're talking like that.
Okay. Again, I'm thinking of that preparation a bit with my inside leg, that outside rein. Now, at this stage, I'm not going to have a super, strong connection to my outside rein. It's a bit fragile, which is fine. But I'm just trying to keep that outside rein there for him, so he knows it's there. It's not coming and going. It's staying there. Good boy. So I want basically I want a cleaner reaction to my outside leg for that transition. That's what I'm going to work on a bit.
And what do you do about the behind? You just have to keep working with him to get it forward when he goes behind the vertical?
Yeah, exactly. And making sure my hand can go out to him. Right. So again, he feels at that moment, he feels like he needs to take himself up. Yeah. So just there, give him a little more kick with the outside leg. Come on, listen to that. Better. So, he just feels he can sort of accelerate forward into it. Right. I'm going to go around the arena. Try and open up the canter a little bit.
I like how he's in front of your leg, or it looks like he is.
Forward into walk. So, by thinking again, everything transition hand forward into it, trying to make sure it's helping him to show him he can come more through, under sit, push into that. As soon as I think hand backward, I shut off the behind.
Right. And you just close your fingers, right? Leg on and close your fingers and sit up tall?
What, for the transition?
Yeah.
Yeah, so creating the half halts, creating the preparation, that outside rein, feeling rein, restraining and releasing. But trying to make sure that actually when I come into the transition, I'm not closing my fingers, I'm in a way lightening them because I've set him up and prepared him. And he's
okay.
over the half halt. And when my body comes up, there's my leg, my hand actually lightens a bit into it, so I'm not trying to hold into it.
Okay. And are
At
you?
the moment if I'm coming to walk, I'm not trying to be heavy. Now, sometimes you have to be a little more assertive with the outside rein with the half halt, but my aim is always to try, as they come into a transition, both up and down, is to slightly soften the hand.
Okay. So before that, you're kind of like your half hold is more like squeezing the sponge and kind of tight. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, it does, and sometimes it is a feel. Sometimes that feel has to be stronger
Yep.
to get the message, and then it can be lighter. And the important thing is if you have to be a little firmer with it, the important thing is then to be able to ask quieter again.
Yeah.
You know, to check in. If I'm always going to be like heavy with it, I can never be light.
Right. Yep.
But if I'm light, and there's nothing, I'm going to be a bit stronger.
Yep.
Get it? Good? Then light again.
Right.
Yeah. Right, so I'll do some on this ring. So again, my preparation here, just taking a little shoulder forward for my inside leg, making sure as I'm shortening the reins, my arms become a little more active in the rowing motion because I've now shortened up him a little bit and he's got to feel he can use his neck.
But it's weird how its inclination is to shorten his neck, you know, instead of go out with it.
Well, that's part of. That's with horses who do that. That's typically because they've been used to when the rider's shortening up, not have enough freedom.
Yes.
So that can happen, and they can get into the habit of coming back because they're used to not having freedom. That's why I always and. I will say again, the walk is actually really not easy to get right. So that's why you see if I've got this long rein here, and I'm relaxed, my legs are real playful on him. Now I'm going to start to shorten that step a bit, coming towards the medium walk. So as I'm shortening up, I don't want to change the rhythm of the walk.
Right.
So you see how I'm loosening, in a way, loosening my arm
Okay.
with him.
I do see that.
Yeah, good.
That looked pretty good.
Yeah. So there, the balance stayed more where I wanted it. The gear stayed up a bit, which is where I want. Didn't lean on the hand, but I had to get that little half up flick forward. Say, carry yourself.
Yep.
So that's, as you'll probably see, I do quite a bit of with him, is that slight flick up.
I do.
Yeah. And I do that because he goes to sit on my hand. I'm like, no.
Yep.
The important thing of doing that is when you do that, you've got to let go.
Yep.
And then you've got to make sure your leg is on to say, go out to that.
Right. So it's just like that click flick. I've been practicing that a little bit at home.
So
Yeah.
it's just, you know, and it's a timing thing. It takes practice. It's a timing thing to be able to say up and out and let go. As like thinking of a slight upward half halt, let go.
Okay.
Boy.
That just behind the bit thing is so, and even it was funny because when he first got started, he got